What would you say retirement even is these days? What does it mean?
Yeah, so I guess there's a traditional notion of retirement, which is almost you work, you get to a fixed age, and then suddenly it's a complete cessation of work, and it just ends. It's an abrupt end of work, and it's cliff edge. Certainly what we're seeing with a lot of our clients and high net worth clients is there is no longer this cliff edge moment. It's more perhaps of a phased retirement, and we see a lot of our clients moving into more perhaps non-executive director positions, doing more work in charity and more in philanthropy. But certainly what we are seeing is people aren't viewing it now as this full stop.
Yeah.
It's more of a period of personal growth, you know, aligning with the values that they've had throughout their life. And it's actually just a continuation of life. It's just a little bit different, but certainly a period of continuous growth. And I think maybe even the word of retirement, you know, should we use it anymore? Because it has that old-fashioned of, I finished, I'm done, it's a different life. It's not a different life, it's your life. Maybe we should just change it to post-work living or something different.
I think so. I think people feel younger for longer. Definitely. I think previous generations, you know, they sort of felt like they got old, and as you say, it stopped and you started playing golf and that was it kind of thing. It's just not like that anymore, is it?
No, absolutely.
In a good way.
And if we really go back, perhaps old times, you used to work till you dropped.
Yeah.
So fortunately, it's much better than that these days.
Absolutely. Yeah. Much longer lives to live, thank goodness. Okay, Anna, how does somebody even start to get their head around all of this and start thinking about it? Because I think for a lot of people, it will feel a long way off. I mean, I'm no spring chicken, but for me, I don't think about it that often, and I probably should. So how do people start thinking about it?
Yeah, so there were experiments done with people on their deathbed where they were asked what they regretted in life. And actually, very few people stated regretting things that they did in life. And it was much more focused around regretting things that they didn't do. Okay. So how do we help minimise these regrets? And one way, of course, we know is to plan. But the human brain is inherently bad at planning in the future, 5 years, 10 years. It's incredibly difficult for us to associate with that future person. That future person often feels like a stranger to us. And this does also explain a lot of irrational human behaviours that don't necessarily benefit our future selves as well. So now with the advancement in virtual reality technology, they've also done experiments where people will come in, put a headset on to see themselves aged in the future, to associate with themselves more and interact and maybe even have a conversation with themselves. And from this, they found that these people were able to bond more and have a stronger connection to their future selves.
I find this really interesting. You know, is this something we should be doing? Not sure, but certainly it does help that connection to a future self. Now, obviously before we started, I took a photo of you, Gemma, and we've aged it.
Okay.
You've not seen it yet, and of course we're live, so this has the potential for going very well or disastrous. So let's show you that photo of you aged now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me in the morning. Like, that's
Right.
God, it's weird, isn't it?
So, I mean, it's quite brief, and appreciate that we're just showing you now. But, I mean, is there any sense of, gosh, that is me in the future, perhaps I should think more?
Yeah, I think it's quite startling. It's not going to be my new profile pic, I can't lie. But, yeah, it does make you think, doesn't it? And it's like, you know it's inevitable. You know death and taxes, the only two things, and growing old and all of that. But yeah, it does make you go, okay, so one day I'm going to be an old lady, and what will that look like, and how will I...
How do I want that old lady to be living, enjoying themselves and so forth?
Yeah, and also Botox.
Okay. All right.
Or facelift, yeah.
We know that, though, ahead of retirement, it might encourage people to save more for their retirement after seeing that older version of themselves. If you're in retirement, it might encourage you to spend a bit more, to action some of the aspirations that you had for your retirement whilst you're still in that younger age. But we should note, though, that this isn't going to be for everyone. For some people, this is an awful experience.
Yeah, do you think, so you think some of your clients might sort of almost react in alarm and not feel great about that?
Yeah, but it's not for everyone. And I mean, there's other ways, though, to connect with your future self, whether this is writing a letter to future you or by using the cash flow planning software that we'll touch on again later.
Yeah, now you did ask a question then, do some of our clients react in a certain way to this? We don't do this.
You don't? Okay,
clients, we don't take photos as soon as they've walked into the office or strap them into a mask or anything like that. But hey, you never know. Maybe in the future this is something that you should do.
Yeah, it sort of does make you think.